everyone, how are you? Okay, we're gonna scroll up, but first off, question of the day today is, what is the most interesting or weird food? Oh my gosh, we're off to a great start. First sentence in and I'm all over the place. Question of the day, what is the most interesting or weird food combination you've ever tried? So let's scroll on up, here we go. Let's see, Lavinia Nova Designs and Crafts. Hello, and she says, I still remember having corn ice cream at a restaurant in Chandler or Phoenix, Arizona. It was over 20 years ago, and I only had it once, but still remember it. I feel like I've heard of that before, and I don't recall hearing like yucko things about it. I don't know. Elizabeth, thank you. Elizabeth, she is member for 10 months. I'm still a Wendy's Frosty and Fry fan, even though my husband thinks it's weird. You know, that one's not that weird. I personally haven't had it, but I've heard of that one like a lot. Let's make sure music's not up too loud. There we go. Kenny, hello, and Dee, hello. Let's see, Bonnie, good evening. Sarah says, well, first she says, hi, Emily. Hello, Sarah. And question of the day is chocolate and pepperoni. My sister made me try. It wasn't that bad. I don't like pepperoni, so I think I'd struggle with that one. By the way, this, I was lurking in Tanya's stream. Today's question of the day was inspired by a conversation they were having. And our lovely mod, Shannon, she likes her fun food combinations. I was like, let's see how many other food combinations we have. Jennifer, hello. Let's see, Celine says, woo, made the live stream. Yay. Kara, hello. Deborah says, weirdest food combo, Lebanon bologna with strawberry jelly sandwich. Some folks really like it. I'm not a fan. So when I read that at first, I was like, what is that? And then I see you explained it down below. Celine says, look, Mom, I'm on the YouTubes. Hi, Cara, welcome. Let's see, Deborah says, for those wondering, Lebanon bologna is a salty, almost sausage-like lunch meat. I suppose if it's salty, that makes sense because you got like the salty and sweet going on, but I think I'd have to try it. Bonnie says, jalapeno poppers with strawberry jam. Steve, jalapeno poppers with strawberry jam. What are your thoughts?
I can see why somebody would like that.
That's fair.
Because you're combining the spicy with the sweet, so you're making like the sweet and sour.
Well, I'm trying to remember because I've never had jalapeno poppers. Is that like jalapenos with cheese inside, or
fried jalapenos with cream cheese?
Interesting. Okay, I could see that.
I can see it.
Yeah.
It's not something I would personally do, but I could see.
Yeah, I could. I'm
not gonna yuck in a yuck.
That's fair. Let's see, Celine says, to be honest, I haven't tried anything out of the ordinary. I have a dull palate and even some ordinary foods I'm like, I'll miss. I love it. Alicia, hello. I love Doritos with cottage cheese. People say it's weird. I think it's really good. I suppose that's like, I guess it depends on the kind of Doritos you're doing. Are we talking nacho cheese Doritos? Or are we talking Cool Ranch Cheetos? I know somebody who likes ketchup on their cottage cheese. I've known them forever, but I still can't get on board with it. I can't do the ketchup on cottage cheese.
Oh, are we just talking about weird foods?
Yes, weird food combinations. Yes, Shannon, you should answer.
As a kid, I would just eat mayonnaise packets.
That's just gross. That's not a weird, it's combination.
Straight from the Walmart cafe. Just take those mayonnaise packets.
Gross, go away. No,
Delicious.
so gross. I can't even do it. He also likes to dip his fries in mayonnaise. I can't do it.
That's a European thing, it's normal.
Okay. Let's see. Wait. What did it go say up above? Wait. Hold on. It hopped down. Hang on. Guys, mind you, this was over 2 decades ago, but I used to eat Subway Seafood Delight and meatball sauce subs. Yeah, that's gonna be a hard pass for me. Eating that sausage? Okay. See, Cara says, here in Argentina, we make a kind of shepherd's pie, and I like to add sugar on top. See, I like shepherds. See, I'm telling you, rough start, shepherd's pie. I do like shepherd's pie. I guess I could understand the sugar on top for sure. Evelyn says, interesting. And hello, Evelyn, we have missed you. Hopefully you're getting a little break from your work. Evelyn says, I don't know that I can, chocolate covered grasshoppers. Weird, Fritos with cream cheese and ketchup, but chocolate covered, nope. Okay, scrolling down. that's a hard note from me. Anything involving bugs, I'm sorry, I can't. Yana, hello. Let's see, Michaela, hello. Angela, hello. Fried octopus. I haven't tried it, but I could see how it'd be good. I think the texture would be rough for me. Kara says, I'm out of the house right now. My nephew's baptism celebration. Oh, awesome, Kara. Let's see, F says, I had Wendy's fries dipped in chocolate frosty for lunch. Nice. Hello, Jen loves to color. Welcome. Is the weirdest get a prize? The weirdest will be which one can gross me out the most. So far, the chocolate covered grasshoppers is right up there. Let's see. Oh, hold on. I don't want to miss any of these. Hold on. I'm gonna scroll back up. Here we go. Let's see. And then there goes the Shannon shot. You know, absolutely, you should answer. Ghost says Subway seafood delight and meatball subs. Lol. Hi, Pamela. Fries and mayo. I like mayo on my sandwiches. And like, if you mix like ketchup and mayo, you get like a cool kind of like dipping sauce. I can do that. It's good, especially McDonald's fries. There you go. Let's see, mayo with fries. All right, I like both kinds of Doritos with cottage cheese. Okay. I could see that. I think that one I could do. I think I could. Let's see, French fries and tartar sauce. See, I grew up on the coast where we ate a lot of fish, so tartar sauce was kind of a side with a lot of things. I personally didn't like tartar sauce, but I saw it used as a lot of different sides. Fries with mayo combo, okay. Okay, I'll start with hot dog and chocolate icing and Nutella mixed with mac and cheese. Ugh, at least there's no bugs. Codfish gravy and mashed potatoes. So wait, like codfish, comma, gravy and mashed potatoes? Or like the codfish is cooked in the gravy, or it's gravy made from codfish. I feel like this raises more questions. Let's see. Hold on. Wait. These are good. I don't want to miss them. Fries and tartar sauce. Yep. Steve likes it. Hi, Ronnie. Okay, let's see. Scroll down. Watermelon and salt. I've heard of that one. I can get on board with that one. Ketchup, not mashed. Scrambled eggs with mayo and cheese. I don't think I could do it with mayo. I feel like it would make them like too wet almost. I don't know. Octopus and squid has to be eaten hot. Once they're cool, they get rubbery. Yeah, I could get that. Kenny, no, Shannon. Hi, Dawn. I'm not an out of ordinary food eater. I'm picky. That's fair. When I was young, I only dipped my fries in mustard. I'll put like mustard when I'm making like meatloaf or burgers, like I'll mix it in it, but that's about it. I was in middle school, I ate a cheese pizza with ketchup and ranch. I could see that. Oreos with sprayed cheese. Yeah, that one's gonna be a hard pass for me. Hi, Smurf. Making me hangry, oh my goodness. Cottage cheese and chili beans. So I've done chili beans on top of cream cheese as like a chip dip sauce. I could see how it could be similar and I could get on board with that one. Cheese and dulce de leche, that's the cake, isn't it? Isn't that, or maybe I'm thinking tres leche cake. But either way, I'm down with it. Hi, Casey. Let's see, pizza with sweet icing. Beginning to Shannon. She likes her food combinations. You soak the codfish overnight, cook it, then mix it in the gravy and put over mashed potatoes. Hubby grew up eating that in Maine. I thought it sounded gross until I finally tried it. See, I like fish, so I think done right, I think I might be able to get on board with that. Popcorn and hot sauce. I could see how that could work. I don't do hot sauce, but I bet you Steve would love that. He lost me with the sprayed cheese. Oh my gosh. Cream cheese and chili beans. Yeah, right? That's good. Okay, I think I'm all caught up. Hi, everyone. How are you? Okay, so for those of you coming in, feel free to answer the question of the day today. What is your weirdest or most interesting food combination? Hang on, Steve brought me tea. But I don't have a ton of announcements, except for if you missed it, I finished this. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I really wanted to get this done sooner rather than later. And I probably drew and colored for like almost 48 hours straight. I woke up this morning because I finished this late last night and like my wrist, like I can still feel it a little bit. Like here, my wrist and my hands, like they are stiff. That reel that I posted today about me coloring that little fish, like I almost did that just so that like my hands would start working again. Because you know how like if you work out or something and you're really stiff the next day, sometimes the best thing to do is like keep moving. So that's kind of what I was doing. But I seriously pushed myself because this, if you're curious, right? Everyone's vulnerable, not just my stream, but like everybody. We all love you, Ev. But if you haven't, I meant to get the link for it, but you can go to johannabasford.com/Archie, ARCHIE. Somebody mentioned it in the last stream and then I looked it up, and what it is, she's doing a collaboration with a hospital. And she's asking everybody to like kind of contribute their ideas and everything else. So there are 6 free downloads on her website. So go to johannabasford.com/Archie. You can find them on there, download that. You can just color them for fun if you want, but you can post them to her gallery or tag her on social media. But mine, for instance, some of these say to, you know, like add stuff to them or color them however you want. Ev, thank you. Exclamation point hype in chat. Oh, I love that. There we go. Gifted memberships. Yes, it's in her email too. Thank you for that, Ev. All of you will get updated on the list. And for those of you who just got a membership, you, number 1, have access to all of the handy dandy emotes. Number 2, there is a free download, in the community tab for members. And next month, which you will still be a part of because it'll last for an entire month, you'll get next month's too. So just little hypes in chat for all the new members. Ev, thank you so much. Oh my goodness. We're gonna look at that. We're at 60. Our next goal is gonna be 75 members, and that will unlock a new email. We'll have to figure out what it is. But wait, did I get those hypes? Did I just say it and not type it? I'm gonna type it again because it deserves more hypes. But yes, there we go. There we go. Ev put all those handy emotes and throw up those hype emotes. Thank you so much for that, Ev. You are so sweet. But so there's 6 on there. Some of them are add some of them are just color some, but this one originally came from one of her books, but she has removed a large amount of stuff from the page, from the original, and she's kind of mixed and matched some of the mushrooms that are there. So you can find this in, I think it is Worlds of Wonder, I think is what this is in. So this is what it looked like. Now, I have the technology to make it a little bit easier when I want to add things to it. So what I actually did is I took the blank image and I took it onto my iPad and I brought it into Procreate. So I was able to remove lines and add the things that I wanted to. So if for some reason you want to add stuff and you're like, oh my gosh, how did she, you know, get her stuff on there? It's because I changed mine digitally. Which is why I was able to get stuff on there. But so things that I changed were like, I opened this up and had the mushrooms coming out of the top, flowers, little caterpillar. And if you are trying to figure out what to add or you're struggling, things like the how to draw Ivy and the Inky Butterfly, 30 Days of Creativity, those have all really great ideas too. Kara, thank you! Exclamation point hi for Kara. Those all have really good ideas for you to kind of add your own little tidbits. But she just, you know, she wants to see everyone, so make sure that you tag her and all of that. So yeah, sorry, I'm also like looking at chat at the same time. But yeah, so this was mine. I did it with the Pablos. I had a lot of fun with it. I added like a little spiral staircase around the top of the mushroom. I had, like I said, I had fun with it. Probably colored too much in a small space of time, but anyway. So yeah, there's that. So if you want to go do that, all free downloads, you can do whatever you want on it. And I can't wait to see what her finished project is going to look like. But as for today, we are coloring in Magical Dawn, Hanna Karlzon. I know we talked about, what was it, Summer Nights or Daydreams, but I flipped through all the books back and forth, trying to figure out what I wanted to do, because I also try to think like, I want to be able to do a little bit of everything in one stream or two, so that you all can, you know, follow along if you want to. So we're gonna work, hi NJ. We are going to work on this side. We are using the Kalour color pencils. I try to go through and choose pencils that maybe we haven't used in a while. And it's gonna be interesting because I wouldn't necessarily choose Kalours for skin tone. Now we don't have a ton of skin tone, but we do have some. But I don't necessarily want to do traditional skin tone tonight. I was trying to kind of visualize what I want to do, and I'm thinking lots of color, something swirly, something, I don't know. I can kind of see it in my head, and I kind of have an idea, a direction where I want to go, but that is what we're doing. So I have got my handy dandy case. The only thing is I don't have a clue where it's at. I looked everywhere, but I am missing one color, so we won't be using that. Not that there's any shortage of colors, but it is the, what is it? Whatever's between 105 and 150. But anyway, that is what we're using. These are the Kalours in the red tin. The link for it is in the description below, but this is the one that was highly recommended to me. And in fact, this one was an anonymous gifter. You know who you are, lovely, lovely lady who gifted these to me. And actually, we ended up giving away a tin of these also. But, so Kalour is today. Kalour is today. Oh yeah, also, did I make a link for it? I have a whole page on my website that has a list of all of my recommended channels. Just go to, just type in !website, and then go to the recommendations page, and it's got everybody on there. Hi, Tanya. Is there a difference between the red tin and the green tin? Shannon, you probably know the answer to that one better. I haven't tried the other one, but from what I hear, it's just better. So that's what we're going with. The only thing is, when I was doing this, sorry, my hands are a little shaky tonight. When I was doing this, I realized that the threading is coming out of my book a little bit. I don't know if y'all can see it. I was a little disappointed. I know it's not a book quality thing. She has really high quality books. I think it's just kind of a fluke, but yeah, my thread's coming out just a little bit. But I do have, maybe I like, because it's right here also, and I colored this page like ages ago, years and years ago. Like this was probably 2016. And so I don't know, maybe something happened back then, or like I was a little rough with it. But this actually was a page that I colored. If anyone is familiar with Henri Matisse or Henri Matisse, anyway, he is a famous painter. He has a famous painting called Woman with the Green Stripe. And at the time, this was pre-videos, pre-streaming, like all of that. I decided to color her page with that page as an inspiration, which is why it's colored that way. But if you look up on Google, Henri Matisse, Henri with an I, Henri, Henri Matisse, Woman with a Green Stripe, you'll see the painting that that he did. Let's see, do I have any other? I feel like I had one more page. The other one I considered doing was this one for skin tone as well. And we may still do that one at some point. I'm trying to see. I could have swore I had one more that I colored in here, but maybe it was something that I took out. But anyway, this one is, oh, awesome. Oh, you got the book. Awesome. So we are gonna color this one. As far as the color palette, we're gonna be doing a lot of colors, I think. Like when I see her, she's got butterflies, so I imagine, you know, something pretty colorful. We may use some white Posca in her hair to make her look a little bit more ethereal, but she's just, you know, kind of delicate, kind of pretty. We'll get to the flowers if we can, but I'm gonna be focusing on this half of the page for now. We'll see how far we get, and then we'll kind of gauge to see if we're gonna continue this on, oh, cool, Michaela. We can continue this one on Monday, depending on how far we get. Awesome, Arcade, I'm so glad. Okay, so there is only one thing that I dislike about using these larger sets, and it is that sometimes I feel like there's almost too many choices. But because we were doing skin tone, I was just like, all right, I think we can do this. Now, I do have this color chart. I was very glad because I could fit all of the colors on here. So if you need a color chart for your Kalour, the red tin, for the red tin, you can get this on my website. Hi, Manon, welcome. So that's going to be on emilyillustrator.com/downloads. You can type in !point download. Sorry, I just got a notification. Someone's at the door. I don't know who it is. Okay, so let's see. For her skin tone, I'm thinking some purples would be good. We've got this really pretty light blue, so we could go like pale purple into light purple and this light blue, and then maybe some pink. So let's start with the pale purple. We're definitely not going to be going, like I said, traditional skin tone. So let's see. Pale purple. So I think it's a little hard to find everything. Number 15 And then we're gonna go do light purple, which is right next to it, so that makes it easy. And then we're going to grab light blue, which is number 51. Now, the only other pencil that we may use with this will be a white Prismacolor. That one's kind of like my go-to. That one's I'm okay with adding this to this particular thing. I use it on almost everything, even my beloved Ergosoft. All right, so 54. Okay, 54. Let's see, and then let's do shallow yellow. I think would be a good one. Shallow yellow. Let's see, and that is going to be number 84. You know, I bet it was actually. The neighbors have a wonderful, super awesome, amazing basketball hoop that they feel the need to point towards our house, and their ball has ended up in our yard multiple times. So that was probably them trying to retrieve their ball. Maybe if the basketball hoop wasn't pointed at the yard. Anyway, I digress. Shannon, we can commiserate about neighbors later. Trying to make them work. Oh no. What? You're gonna send them away? Yes, yeah, red tin is the pencil kit. Yeah, well, red tin because the Kalours, they have different colored tins and everything, and this one is the red tin. But yeah, no, I love the Loomies. I love them so much. All right, so we're gonna give these all just a quick sharpen. I wish they had a lighter cream color, but we're gonna give these all a quick sharpen. Okay. And we are gonna start with her skin tones. We're gonna slide the book over and we're gonna zoom in. We're gonna move that up here. I was thinking when I did that reel today with the fish, you know that little sound bit that goes around that like, hi, I'm Dory, and it has the kind of thing. So I was like, dang, I'm coloring a fish. I should have done that sound bite. Oh, she'll love that. She'll love that so much. That's awesome. Okay, so we have pale purple and light purple. So pale purple is what we're going to start with. This is our darkest color, and so we're gonna do her skin tone first. You know what we also need? I feel like we need, let's get burnt brick red also, which is number 98. 98, there we go. The funny thing is that on here, it's spelled with an H, like britch. Hang on, there it is. I put brick on the color sheet though, because britch didn't make sense. I don't know. Maybe it's something that got lost in translation, but still. Burnt britch is red. Oh, go ahead, grab a poly cream. My poly cream is small too. I need to get another one. Hi, Leslie, how are you? All right, quick sharpen, because we'll use that one as a nice kind of shadowy color. Okay, so pale purple, she doesn't have a ton of skin, but we are going to make it work. And this will kind of help us gauge our dress. I'm thinking blues and greens for her dress. I'm thinking a real pretty like light blue, like use pale blue or light sky blue for her hair. And then we'll add some white to kind of just make it look sort of wispy. Really? Oh no, Ev. All right, so we're gonna start with pale purple. And a lot of times when I wanna do like a combination skin like this, the artist that I kind of put in my head is Christine Karen. You know how she does those really pretty kind of ethereal blue-green skin tones? That's kind of what I think of sometimes. Or not sometimes. No, it is sometimes. That is the word I was looking for. But that's kind of what I put in my head because she blends those colors like so well. I love it so much. Okay. So we are going to just, and because I'm using such different colors, I also want to make sure that I am blending this very lightly so that it's not like a harsh straight line in between the colors. Oh, awesome, Leslie. I love deals at Joann's, and Joann stacks coupons too, like to a certain degree. And so that's always nice. Okay, so I'm going to do something a little bit different here. We are going to bring this pale purple out. We're not going to follow the shadow line because it's almost like she kind of like, I want it to look like she's almost got swirls on her skin. I don't know. I started watching Avatar yesterday, and I think some of it kind of soaked in. I mean, I've seen it plenty of times, but I was just like, yeah, I don't feel like watching Avatar. I needed something on in the background that I already knew and I didn't need to pay too much attention to. So yeah, I was watching that. So I was like, yeah, here we go. All right, so we're gonna bring some of that pale purple down as well. I know it looks kind of weird, but I think it could look cool when we're done. We could do a little kind of swirly here, and this is just the first layer, so we're gonna go nice and light. And for anybody wondering, these pencils, for I think it's 180 of them, they run around $40. I want to say it's like 38. At least when I looked on Amazon tonight, I think it's around 38. Plus, there was a $5 off coupon, so theoretically. My math is going to be wrong, but that would come out to what, like $33, I think? So less than $35 for a set of these right now. So if you don't have them and you're curious, and it's a pretty big set, 33 actually isn't too bad for them, but the link is in the description below. Only a thicker barrel and more colors. Gotcha. Yeah, the liras are nice. I do like the liras. Okay, let's put a little bit of that here. All right, and then let's get a little bit of the pale purple. Let's see, are we still in frame? Yes. On her hand. So I apologize if you all hear the basketball outside. I know I can hear it, but I never know if you guys can hear it. Probably not because of my noise gates, but still. Okay, we're gonna get our brush. I like the small set of Light Fast I have. All right, so now we're not gonna do too much because I wanna leave room for the blue and the pink and the kind of peach tones. So we're gonna do light purple over the top of the pale purple. Like I said, I know we're doing something kind of obscure, but sometimes it's fun just to do things a little bit differently. Tanya, you know, I said I started watching Merlin, which I did, and I made it to season 3. I'm at the beginning of season 3, but I don't know if I can go through the pain of the end again. I think I'm just gonna enjoy their shenanigans from now and then just like call it quits at season 3. I can't do it. I don't like the ending. The funny thing is I read an article about the people who made the show and they were actually really happy with the ending. I'm like, why? Like, no. Like right up there with Firefly, man. Let's see. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and do a little bit of blue. So we're gonna grab light blue. And I'm gonna press just a little bit harder. We're gonna go over that purple a little bit. Okay, bring it up under the sleeve. Like so, not too much because like I said, I wanna leave room for kind of the pink color. It just makes me so sad, Tanya. It's not fair. I don't like how it ends. I want to go back in time and tell them to get their stuff together, man. It's not cool. They can't end it like that. I also don't want her to look like she's Frostbite with like little fingertips. Right? Firefly! And I'm sorry, but like Serenity did not make up for the end of Firefly. If anything, it just made me more sad. Just saying. People died that shouldn't have died. I have very strong feelings about these TV shows and for people I've never met. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and use Sakura. Is it Sakura? Sakura? I think I just say Sakura. All right, Sakura, Sakura. Oh, pencil when you color like that. Do, 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 do. Okay, I'm done now, I'm sorry. I'll stop punishing your ears. Anyway, we're gonna layer over the purple a little bit. And then we're gonna go over the purple here too. Okay. Now she doesn't have a ton of, you know, we don't have a ton, like a large space to work with, but oh dear. If it's any stream where I don't break into song, I mean, really, was it a me stream? Was it really worth it? Did you really get your full experience and enjoyment out of said stream if I don't break into random song? I'm just saying. I feel like to get the full me experience. Right, Leslie? Right? Yes. Oh, don't even get me started on that one. All that build up for nothing. For nothing. Like, it's just not fair. I mean, I get why he left the show because he wanted to go spend time with his daughter and his family and everything. But I'm just like, you guys could have at least given us the ending, a special extra episode where they actually get married. I mean, come on. An Angel. Oh, don't even get me started with Angel. Ooh, you're making a cool cup. Ooh, pictures. Being confused 97% of the time. There you go. Oh my god. Right? They gave us nothing. All that build up, all of the tension for nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's disappointing. Oh, nice, Shannon. Of course, now I want to sing the sweet dreams are made of these. Who had a mind to this? Hold on, I gotta come up with lyrics though that are good for the coloring stream. So these pencils are made of leaves. Who had a mind to color sleeves? The sharpener made my pencil lead break. Something, something. I'm gonna stop right now. He's in bright 80s colors. Oh, that's awesome. Hi, Marcy. You're good. You're good. Now, next question. Raise a hands on how many people actually just left the stream just now. That's awesome, Shannon. Of course, if you left the stream, you're not going to be here to raise your hand. So anybody that is raising their hand, Fibber, you stayed here. You stayed here because you love it. And it's high-class entertainment. That's what that is. All right, shallow yellow now. And we're going to go ahead and fill in the rest of that space. We're going to go over the top of the purple. And then I think we'll go in with another layer of purple as well. Never a dull moment here. I'm here for it. Sweet. Just got to get a song stuck in my head. And then the job will be how many coloring related lyrics can I come up with on the spot? I definitely couldn't do quality content. This is the content you all are here for. This is the content you're subscribed for. Like, forget coloring. We want the quality singing entertainment. I mean, this might as well be like, whose line is it anyway here? Because, you know, my cool skills in comedy. All right, come for the color and stay for the singing. That's gonna be the new slogan. Okay, before we add more purple, let's go ahead and add some of our burnt britch red. Although every time I say that, I feel like I'm saying a bad word. It's too close to other bad words. See, there you go, Marcy. All right, so burnt brick red. We're gonna put a little bit here. Okay. See, it's Friday night. It's the weekend. Friday, coloring in Karlzon on Friday. That's good stuff. All right, so we're gonna do the burnt brick red here, just in a few spots, not covering the entirety of the purple. Coloring the musical. Ooh, I do that. #1 favorite Buffy the Vampire episode, and it's Once More with Feeling. So good. So good. Whoever's idea that was, it was genius, and I loved it. Okay, I'm looking at how many fingers does she, oh wait, this is her curved finger. I was looking at it and I'm just like, how many fingers this girl got? You can tell my brain is clearly awake for Friday night. Right, Ev? Wait a minute, in charge. So wait, is your boss like gone on vacation? Wait, are you doing the work of your boss and the assistant? Please tell me they're paying you more or giving you a raise or something. You are such a hard worker, Ev. Well, we know your boss appreciates you, so that's nice. All right, so we're gonna use that pale purple. A little bit more. I'm gonna press just a little bit harder, and these are layering really nicely. I mean, for a budget pencil and for how many you get, they're really nice. All right, let's go ahead and do a little bit of the light purple. And then I think I want to use the blender on this as well. Okay. There we go. All right. Then let's go ahead and we'll use a little bit of light blue. Oh my gosh. Seriously, are they paying you overtime? They better be. All right, light blue. And also, they better give you like vacation after this. Like seriously. And a pony. Like, I'm always down for a reason to, you know, get a pony, but like ice cream and a pony, ice cream in the shape of a pony with a pony. Well, we will try and help keep you sane, Ev, to the best of our ability. Of course, I don't know, maybe my singing might drive you a little bit more crazy, but it's cool. It's cool. Okay. All right, now let's go ahead. What? No overtime. Boo. All right, then a bonus. A bonus. You get a bonus. All right, now Sakura. Over the top of that. And plus with the blue, it kind of makes it look a little bit more purpley anyway when you layer the pink over the top. And then we are definitely going to be bringing in the blender here. You know, since this finger is bent, we're going to make this a little bit darker. Have that make a little bit more sense. There we go. All right, so a little bit of that pink. Go. And then we're going to go ahead and use the shallow yellow. Okay, and then we're going to see how the blender works with this, how much brighter it gets. So let's go ahead and grab our full blender. We're going to go ahead and flatten out the tooth, some of that paper here. And actually, I'm not seeing a giant difference, which is interesting. But it still works. It's not overwhelming. My concern was that it might get a little bit more orangey. But I mean, you guys have seen like how much this blender changes pages sometimes. I wasn't entirely sure how that was gonna work. All right, here we go. I know it's a little bit different, but I kind of like it. Looked like 5 fingers. Okay, good. I'm glad I'm not alone on that. Not to fire anything because he knows I'm ready to cut my sister from my life, right? I don't blame you. I hope she comes back soon for you. All right, now that I see the color of her skin, I'm thinking we definitely need to bring in some green with this dress, especially because we have leaves here. So let's see what we have for our green here. I always gravitate towards the cooler greens. I feel like, I don't know, I really like them. I feel like they're really pretty, but we're not gonna go that dark. So I think what we're gonna start with is, let's go with medium green. Let's do light emerald green and pale blue. Let's start with that, okay? So medium green, which is number 111, okay? Medium green. Then we have the light emerald green, which is number 129. And then we're gonna grab the pale blue, which is 178. But I don't want to do just, right? Yeah, it's a little bit like a sleeve, exactly. Supposed to be back this week because she's at a paid time off, but she only did 3 hours of work in a 40-hour week. Ugh, I'm so sorry. Hi, Grumpy Stitcher, welcome. Okay, so, okay, Grumpy Stitcher, I see your name. And I get the Stitcher thing because it probably has to do with sewing or cross-stitching or something involving that. But is there a story behind the grumpy part? I'm curious. I say it every time and it makes me giggle a little bit inside because grumpy's just kind of a funny word, but then I also think of like Grumpy from Snow White. So is there a story behind your name that you would be willing to tell? Kelsey, hello. My most interesting food combo would be sweet potato fries and queso. If you haven't tried it, I highly recommend it. I could see that being good. I like cheese on potatoes. I mean, sweet potato, yes, it's a little sweeter, but. Okay, so for the dress, we have the green, but I think I want to try and bring in some red also. So we're gonna get deep magenta. Okay, that is number 117. We're gonna get deep magenta. We're going to get, let's see, from deep magenta to let's do medium violet red. Okay, which is medium violet red is number 166. Here we go. Medium violet red, and then a third lighter color. Let's get heather violet, which is number 107. These are the colors we're gonna start with. Yeah, right, Snow White's favorite pal. Would you use these pencils over using Arteza pencils? If I had both of them sitting in front of me and they said, you could use whichever one you want. Truth be told, I would probably go for the Artezas. If we're going just for, not the feel of the lead by any means, I like that the Artezas have a thicker barrel, and I like that there's not as many color choices, if that makes sense. Otherwise, yeah, I would probably choose the Artezas over these. I'm not to say I don't like these, but if they said, here's 2, you can only choose 1, I'd probably go with the Artezas. Let's see. Sweetness of the fries and savor of the queso really works. All right, hi Sigrid, because Grumpy is my favorite dwarf from Snow White. Mom kept saying I'm grumpy myself, so it kind of stuck. I love it. Well, I'm glad I was on the right track for it, because Grumpy was who I had in mind anyway. All right, so we're gonna move over these ones. So we're gonna be going with kind of a green and magenta kind of color to start with. So let's give these just a quick sharpen. Hi Dion, how are you? All right, let's go ahead. Yeah, I feel like they're a little bit smaller. Let me see, do I have some? I feel like I had some out. I feel like they've got a little bit of a thicker barrel. Those are the Faber-Castell. I thought I had some out, but they feel heavier. I would akin these ones more to like a feel of Castle Arts, but that also could be because the coloring on the outside of them is similar to Castle Arts. That's where my mind goes. She even got me a Grumpy mug once when we both worked at the Disney warehouse. I love it. But if I don't have one in front of me, I don't know, maybe they're closer. But yeah, I think I would still probably choose the Arteza ones, right? My mom used to call me Tigger when I was little, but that's only because like I was so, go figure, me, hyper and jumpy? No. I think I actually, yeah, they're a lighter pencil. That may be what it is, the weight of them, yeah. I think I still have a Tigger mug, a big size one that she got me where we used to live, there was a Disney store briefly for a little while, and we got that. Ah, just got home from DoorDashing. There you go. I saw the funniest thing the other day about about like, who was it? It was Ryan George, I think is the YouTuber, but he did a funny thing about comparisons with costs for the food apps. It's just so funny. Oh, you got a new puppy. And seriously, if a new puppy doesn't ever, like, unless you just loathe dogs, which in that case, I don't know, we need to have a chat. But if somebody says new puppy and you don't automatically get like a higher octave, then you gotta see the puppy. It's pretty already. I haven't used it. I don't tend to default to like the actual gold pencils, but now I feel like I'm gonna need to pull it out. Okay, so in my head, for those of you that are familiar with Disney, I think of Sleeping Beauty. And you know that scene in Sleeping Beauty when the fairies are trying to make her a dress for her birthday, and they're like, make it pink, make it blue, make it pink, make it blue. And oh no, Deborah. That's kind of when I want to do these sort of mashup colors on the dress. Not quite like splatter the way they did it, but like that's where my mind goes to when I want to do kind of a mix mash kind of dress. So that's kind of where I'm going with it. So something to keep in mind. Used to be teased and calls Eeyore because of my initials. Oh, boo. No. All right, let's go ahead and do deep magenta is what we're going to start with. And like I said, I kind of want to do kind of like how we did kind of splotchy skin. She's going to have sort of, I don't know, would you call it splotchy skin? It's different skin, that's all. We're making it different. We're going to do the same with the magenta and the green. So we're going to start with magenta first. He is pretty cute. Deep magenta is that one. And then we're going to do medium green. Well, guess I'll use green. That's my Eeyore impression. I don't know how good that was. All right, so now we're gonna do medium green. Okay, and I wanna make sure that I don't color super hard so that we can blend the colors into one another. Let's do a little bit of medium green over here as well. Okay, and then let's go with our next red color, and we're gonna do, I hated the Disney part of the warehouse, so happy to be assigned again. There you go. All right, medium violet red here. Okay. Here we go. Oh no. That wasn't me. I barely did it. I bet it wasn't me. It didn't even snap. It's the Eeyore of pencils. It just sadly fell out. It's like the pencils, well, Guess I'll just lay here. I didn't really want to be part of the pencil anyway. I'm just gonna roll down the page. Right? It wasn't even me! Way to go. Alright, that feels better. Alright, we're back. We're back. Sort of. I was barely even touching, like it was so light. Alright, now we're gonna do Heather Violet. I don't even like the exclamation point snap doesn't even apply here. Like it wasn't even me, I swear. All right, there we go. All right, now let's go ahead. Yeah, it might be. Light emerald green, and who knows, maybe I bumped the pencils into something at some point, but all I'm saying is that one wasn't my fault. There's not a giant difference between these two greens. We're definitely gonna wanna go in heavier. Same thing with the magentas. All right, let's go ahead. All right, bloop. It is a bloop. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna write that down and I'm gonna make an exclamation point bloop. That's gonna be the other ones for it. Maybe that'll be our next emote. We'll need a bloop emote. How would I even draw that one? I don't even know. I'll have to think about it. All right, pale blue. Okay. And just going lightly helps all these colors kind of work in together. But we definitely want to go a little bit darker. So yeah, and I think, you know, it's fillers or how they're glued in. It's 3 a.m., charms of newborns, and wonder, oh no, but also congrats. Love newborns and new baby smell. All right, deep magenta. Like just the top of their head. It smells so, in fact, you know, it's actually scientific that the tops of baby's head, what is it? And feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but the idea is it's almost like a pheromone for new moms or just moms in general. I swear, like, yeah, if I were to smell a newborn's head, it's like, yeah, little baby. But yeah, it actually has a specific smell. Thumbkin says hi. I'm shocked I went this long without my furry color buddy. Aw, hi Thumbkins. He's cute, so it's not too bad, I guess, right? Right, puppy breath too. Oh my goodness. All right, medium green. No, we had a friend over the other day who had a little guy, and he was so cute and just the best well-behaved little baby. Just very alert, super cute. And had to get my baby snuggles in. All right, so now we're gonna do light emerald green. There we go. Every now and then I get a little misty thinking about how big my kids have gotten, but I don't think I'd want to go back to the diaper stage, but it was fun while we were in it. All right, so now we're gonna do the, aw, Sigrid, that's so cute. Right, oh my goodness, absolutely. All right, so pale blue now. We're gonna go in again with our lightest one, the Heather Violet. And then we're gonna use our blender to kind of see how these all are working together. Let's add just a little bit more Heather Violet, or not Heather Violet, deep magenta up at the top. There we go. All right, and then let's use these are the Kalour, Kalour. Did I make sure I didn't mistype? Does it say? Sometimes I forget to update the hashtags at the bottom of it. I want to make sure that I have it correct. Yeah, okay, it is. All right, we're good. Sometimes I forget to update. All right, so now we're gonna do the Caran d'Ache blender. There we go. Here we go, I like that. Just a very different kind of dress. Right, daylight, there you go. Oh man, so fast, Marilyn. Hi, Julie, how are you? All right, so now, because we have the green right here, I wanna make sure that the rest of the shirt kind of pops from it. So we're gonna do the red here so that it's not right next to another. There you go, Alicia, exactly. All right, so deep magenta here. Okay. That way they're not side by side. And having it so that the colors are kind of spread out helps to keep that kind of pop going on the page. So let's go ahead and do some of the deep magenta here. We're gonna kind of map in where we want our magenta sections to be. Is this a lot of color? Absolutely it is. Are we having fun with color? Absolutely we are. Let's go ahead and put some here. Just a little bit. You kiddos headed to bed? All right, love you. Get some sleep.
I like it.
Thanks, we're doing very colorful.
Yeah.
Might add more blue to her arm, I don't know. Get some sleep. Oh man, Julie, well, I'm so glad you're feeling better. I know it's going around again a little bit. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and add in some of our green. Little illustrators, I love that. All right, so medium green now. Put that in right here. Make sure we leave room for the other colors. I'd like to think that she lives in a land of color. Oh no, Casey, well, welcome back. Ooh, yeah, I can see that. I can see that, definitely. Little galaxy dress going on. There we go. Okay, let's see. Let's put a little bit of green up here as well. You don't have to put a ton. I'm just kind of laying it on my head. She's almost got some tie-dye going on, right? Oh, you're telling me, Alicia. Facebook likes to remind me just how fast they've grown. I'm like, oh, it's Steve time. Here you go. All right, medium violet red. Okay. Here we go. I'm not gonna do a ton because I want to leave room for the other green colors, but I do want to get these other pinks in. So medium violet red, medium violet red, and it's okay if some of the tooth of the paper is showing through. We're gonna be using our blender to kind of smooth everything out. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and do heather violet. It would help if I could move over a little bit. Now that I'm looking at this too, I do think we're gonna grab some blue, and I want to add some more blue to her skin to kind of balance out the colors. And you know what? Going back and forth, that is perfectly okay to change your mind as you're doing things. Sometimes it's easier when you kind of start to see it come together. Thanks, Angela. Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I was kind of getting it in. I'm like, huh, it's turning out kind of tie-dye. Like I said, I don't plan things out too much, but I can usually kind of see how it's going to come together in my head. But then it's always different once I actually, you know, put pencil to paper. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and use the pale blue. And I mean, you guys know me. I love finding obscure ways to use my color. Like, I love all things color. Absolutely. Okay, so we're gonna use that pale blue up. We're definitely gonna bring in some more of that pink to kind of bridge the gap a little bit. Steve time! Let's see, so now we're gonna grab the heather violet. There. Go over that blue just a bit. Kind of blend everything together. Let's use a little bit of the deep magenta. Okay. A little bit more there. And there. Let's grab, and I'm not pressing too hard because I want to make sure that we get kind of even blends throughout everything. And if you press too hard, you're going to get some hard lines and it's not going to layer over one another quite as well. There we go. Let's do a little bit of the light emerald green over the top of that pink. Not too much, just want to make sure that blue stands out just a little bit. You just kind of go back and forth until you get everything layered the way you want it to layer. These ones are the Kalour. Pale blue, there we go. The Kalour red tin is what these are. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and use our blender and see how this looks. Or odd color block. You just gotta go light. And Ev, I love the way you color. I bet you it would turn out beautiful. All right, let's go ahead, and the key for doing something like this, and I mean, you can see even mine's not like a perfectly smooth bridge between the colors, but it's just light layers so you get it looking the way you want it to. And if for some reason things aren't blended the way you want it to, sorry, I have a really itchy nose. Keep itching it. Go ahead and grab your Prismacolor white. And what that does is it's gonna lighten the colors, and it's going to help some of those harsher lines not stand out quite as much. So we can use that white. Yes, it will lighten it a little bit. It'll lower the vibrancy, but it should still look pretty nice. It's not like you're adding a gray on top or anything, so it shouldn't muddy it too much. But that white does help to kind of even out those colors so it's a little bit softer. There we go. Okay, so now that we have her shirt, I want to add, like I said, I want to add a little bit more blue. Good night, Sigrid. Thank you so much for being here. Get some sleep. We will chat with you next time. Let's go ahead and do, I don't want to do like a real kind of greenish blue. I want to do a cooler blue, but not a real light one. I'm thinking dark Prussian blue, but very lightly, very, very lightly. So dark Prussian blue is number 104. 104, 104, 104. Hang on. Give me 2 seconds. There it is. Dark Prussian blue. Oh, which one is better in your opinion, Kalour or Square Brutes? They're 2 different things because one is, pretty sure these are wax, right, Shannon? One is wax, one is oily. I don't know. I kind of, yeah, they feel different, but I feel like they're kind of on the same playing field. Okay, so we're gonna use a little bit of dark Prussian blue after we sharpen this. I wanna get just that little bit of blue in there. You got a new sweeper brush? Ooh. Okay, why isn't that? Hang on. Is it gonna come out? No? Hang on, folks. Hang on. You guys are gonna see me try and solve this sharpener issue. First, we're gonna see how big of a mess we make. Let's grab our handy dandy little ladybug here. Okay. I've got a lead. Oh, that's full. That's probably my fault. That broke probably because it was too full. Look at that. Yay me. All right. You guys are gonna either see me successfully do this or it's just going to be a giant mess. Right, Alicia? Okay, so let's see if I can do this. How messy is it gonna get? Place your bets, folks. Oh, majority of it made it in. Okay. Ah, there it is. There's our lead. All right. Hang on. I'm not using any sharp objects, I swear. I swear. Just hang on. Hang on. There's no sharp objects, I promise. Well, I mean, I guess technically that's sharp. Knowing my luck, I'd figure a way to like get my finger in there and like hurt myself. Okay, so that's how you take apart your doll, 133. What, Bonnie? Still? Oh my goodness. All right. No fingers were lost as some plungers at her. Some pink plungers. Yeah, that was packed. I know, I forget about it. But it's okay. We got our handy dandy little ladybug here. Okay, here we go. Whee. Ta-da! Pencil's got a little dusty, but we're all good. I know, it's too full. My poor pencils, they're so abused. They're so abused. Poor pencils. I'm sorry, pencils. I keep over here thinking, why does this keep breaking? You know, while we're at it, right? The ladybug vacuum. While we're at it, let's empty this one too. That's why I keep this little jar with the lid. And I have it with the lid because knowing me, I would dump it. Like everywhere. Although it does make me a little sad to see all of that blender sitting there. that make anyone else cringe? And that's why pencils break, right? Oh yeah, I'll have to, okay, that one I will empty afterwards. That will be just a big mess waiting to happen. I want to empty that one over the trash can. Okay, all right, we're back. How many pencil shavings did I get in my tea? Haha, none. And if anybody's wondering, I drink loose leaf tea, which is why there's stuff in the bottom. I don't just have tea with a bunch of dirt in it. So that's how to take apart your sharpener 101. I should do that. I should make also, write down to make a command for the vacuum. Yes, 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 yes. All right. Vacuum command. There we go. It's on my sticky note. There we go. Does anybody ever have to really think about how to spell the word vacuum? A small can with a lid. See, I need like one of those old Folgers coffee cans. If I drank Folgers, but I don't drink Folgers. I'm too snooty about my coffee. I'm too particular. And yes, I'm particular. There we go. All right, let's make sure she's in focus. There we go. All right. All right. Now let's see if we can sharpen it again. But I should make a reel about how to take apart your doll 133. That would be handy. Look at that thing. It's like really sharpening because there was nothing there. Ta-da! There it is. Best part of waking up, it's pencil shavings in your cup. Hi, Melissa. That's good stuff right there. All right, so dark Prussian blue is what we're gonna use now. Keep wondering why they're breaking. You're like, that's why. That's why. All right, so dark Prussian blue. Gosh, do they still have those Folgers commercials? How are you, Melissa? I mean, technically, I guess we have an antenna. We don't do cable because we, have so many streaming things, but I don't know. I haven't seen a Folgers ad in a while. Ad, commercial. Question. Is it a commercial, like you have ads on YouTube, right? Is it defined as a commercial because it's on cable TV or satellite or whatever? What makes it not a commercial on the internet? That's what I want to know. Empty milk bone treat jar to save my shavings in. I love it. And you know what shavings are good for? If you have a wood stove, take your pencil shavings, put them in those cardboard egg tins, and then put like a little bit of wax over the top. Like that would be a good fire starter. Throw in some lint from the dryer. Okay, I like that a lot. Not a ton of blue, but just enough at like the darker areas. Like we could do just a little bit of blue here. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so now we're gonna do dark Prussian blue there. Leave that red there a little bit. I'm gonna do some here. Also want to do some here where there's gonna be shadow. Not pressing super hard. There we go. Okay, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Ooh, ice cream sounds good. Ice cream sounds really good. You know what I actually made, not yesterday, but the day before, I made gluten-free chocolate chip cookies, and I used that King Arthur brand measure for measure flour. We had some friends coming over, and you know what? None of them are gluten-free, and they all loved the cookies. So, woot King Arthur. Post a pic of my new mini sweeper brush. Ooh, okay. And if anybody's wondering what she's talking about, it's from the Discord. You can type in !discard to check, just discard. Discord, Discord. If I could spell, that would be amazing. Okay, it's starting up. I'll look in just a second. We need to figure out what sash color we want. I'm thinking a nice dark green would be really pretty. Okay, hang on. Let's see here. Scroll down. Where is it? Let's see, general. Ooh, that's cool. I like that, Ev. That's really cool. I like it. Words are hard. Words are so hard. Well, I did look, but I'd have to do like a screenshot of it. I don't have that set up for Discord. Hi, Kathleen. How are you? All right, so we're going to do the sash. I want to do a nice dark green. We're actually going to bring in the, let's see, dark bluish green is what I want. And actually, this is probably the shortest set in the entire Kalour set. So yeah, it's a well-loved pencil. All right, let's go ahead and sharpen. But if you guys want to see her brush, you can take a look over at Discord. Exclamation point Discord and chat. All right, so we're gonna do her sash, and then we're gonna do a little bit of her dress, and then we're gonna move on to her hair. I want to try and touch on as much as we can tonight, so that if you are following along, You can have as many little tidbits that you need. And then for our next illustrator for book, I think we'll do a page from Maggie Interios. She is the illustrator of Flowerscape, and I have an upcoming interview with her that I'll be sharing with you guys here shortly. So stay tuned for that one, which will include a freebie download. So yeah, stay tuned for that one. All right, let's see. Let's bring in the light emerald green. Ooh, absolutely, Ev. Absolutely. Okay, so light emerald green, which is the same green that we used on top part of our shirt. We're just using a different darkest dark green for our base. Okay, there we go. And then let's use the pale blue like we used before. Okay, very lightly. And we could use a little bit of the deep magenta. No, it's different. And why you empty pencil sharpeners frequently. Yeah, I should probably do that. No, it's different. It's got a blend of flowers and it's got xanthan gum in it. So almond flour just by itself, or oatmeal flour, whatever else, those are just the flowers. They don't have any binders in them. So the measure for measure flour is usually a blend of flowers with proteins and binders in it so that they work almost exactly like a regular flour. All right, so now we're gonna do deep magenta. I actually know that because when we had the people over, they were curious what kind of flour is in it. So I think there's like tapioca flour in there and like some other kind of potato starch in there. How do you get used to using oil pencils if you learn using Prismas? That is a good question. So when I first started out coloring, I only ever used Prismas. Like that was all I really knew how to use. And there was a certain way that I colored with them, which made it really hard when I moved to, it's different. When I moved to harder leaded pencils, just realized I got a bunch of dust there. So because of the way that I used Prismacolors, because they are so, they're the definition of smushy pencils. Steve had gotten me a set of 12 Faber-Castell pencils for Christmas, or it was some sort of holiday. And I hated them. I could not figure out, that's what happened to my cookies. Yeah, because there's no binder, yeah. I could not get them to work, like at all. I was like, none of my methods are working. This is so frustrating. I don't like these, and I put them away. I put them away for the longest time. And then I was introduced to the Staedtler Ergosoft pencils using the light emerald green. Which are still technically a wax pencil, but they are a harder lead pencil. I had to completely relearn how to blend. So it's going to be a struggle at first. If all you've been using is Prismacolor, it's going to be a struggle. But what you need to learn to do is almost throw away everything you know about blending with Prismacolors. When it comes to trying to, you're going to have to apply it a different way. So for me, how I use Prismacolors is a lot of times my layers would be heavier, but I'd really mush the pencils together and it would still work as a blend. Now, looking back at some of my earlier pieces, that, didn't necessarily, wasn't the best way to go about it, but that's how I was using it. So what you want to do when you're going from using Prismacolors to an oil is practice your light layers. A few times and I made a huge mess on my page. Yeah. The best way when using any kind of new pencil is to go light with your layers. We're going to use the dark bluish green now. Go light with your layers and go slowly. Don't try to rush it. Just take your time, build up your layers slowly, and wait to blend. If you're using a blender, wait to blend until the end. Now, you're hard pressed to find the full blenders like this everywhere, but if you can get your hands on the Caran d'Ache blender, it's going to be great. But that's going to be the key to doing soft blends. I have a reel where I did it, and we're kind of doing the same thing here, especially with something like this, where you just go light. You can do upwards of 3-4 layers of pencil by pressing light and layering your pencils over the top. And honestly, like Shannon said, it's just practice. You got to get a feel for it. You got to kind of see okay, this is what works for it and this is what doesn't. All right, you're using light emerald green, but they are, if you've only used Prismacolors, they're two very different sides of the coin. However, it is worth trying to figure it out, because also if you can train yourself to color differently, then you can use so many different kinds of pencils. Thanks, Diane. Yeah, the Derwent, or well, which Derwent? The like the light fast, or like I don't know. Derwent's got a lot of them. Okay, deep magenta. I almost said deep-handed because I was reading Shannon's comment. But yeah, being heavy-handed can also have a lot to do with it. But yeah, learning to be light-handed and add your layers and keep your contrast, like that's all going to help considerably. All right, Heather Violet. In fact, you guys know how much I love my tangents. Hang on, we're going to zoom out for a second, and I want to show you an example of what I mean. I'm going to grab Enchanted Forest. My very first coloring book was Enchanted Forest. I went to town on this book. Hang on, I want to find the right one here to show you. Because there were a lot of things that I learned in coloring this book. Things that I definitely don't do now. I think that's it, yeah. Things I definitely don't do now that I did then. So there was this page that I did in Enchanted Forest that I was, at the time, I was incredibly proud of it. I mean, I didn't know any different. I hadn't really shared it a lot, but I can see now like places where I went wrong on it. And I'll show you what it is and why I don't do it that same way. Not saying if you do this that it's wrong, but I'm saying for me, I have grown in how I do this. Okay, so this was done with Prismacolors. Now, when you look at it from far away, you can kind of see like, all right, you know, the sky is not too bad. And this is a very good example of how I used to color with Prismacolors. So one of the things up here, you can see, it is just, you can see the strokes. And if you look, do you see those indentations on the paper where it's at? You're getting the light glare on that, and that's because you know, they're waxy. But do you see the indentations? I pressed so hard. Oh, good, Angela. I pressed so hard with these because I thought that's how you had to blend. Now, if you look at this closer, I used very clearly, these ones I kind of blended the blue and the cream, but I have very different, like I think this was periwinkle. I used a darker blue up here, but you can almost see when I say that you need to like blend lightly between colors, it's because you're trying to avoid this. When I say harsh lines, I mean something like this. Like you see this dark blue and you see the light blue. If we come down here, you see where the cream ends and the yellow begins. This was before I knew how to blend. And so this is how I was using my Prismacolors. But because they were Prismacolors, it still kind of worked. But like I said, you can see the indentation on the paper. I pressed so hard. I just scrubbed the tooth out of this paper, I'm telling you. Now, I kind of had it going on with some of the blending here, but still, I relied heavily on the Prismacolors. So seeing how hard I pressed and seeing where my lines and my blends were, it's no wonder that I hated the Faber-Castells. Like I just couldn't get it. Like even here, there's still a little bit of a line, but I was working a lot on my blending. So like I said, this was my very first coloring book. I picked up my first coloring book in 2015. You know, there's the squirrel, there's, let's see, what else do I have in here? There's this one here. And again, I mean, if you guys could feel it and see it, like, I mashed the crud out of these books. But I loved it. I love these books. This is when I first started doing the cloud background. But I mean, I barely did any kind of blend there. It's just, it was a work in progress. This here, nowadays, I would blend this so much more. I really liked this kind of combination of mushroom colors, but the blending just wasn't there. I didn't have my contrast. I mean, to me, this practically looks like a flat color now. With any pencil I use, there you go. So I can just, like, if I ever want to see how my growth is, I go back and I look at this book, because this was my first book and I did a lot of stuff in it, and that things I would not do now. Not to say that these were bad, but I can see, yeah, and you find out what works for you. Exactly. Yeah, you will grow the more you color. So my best advice would just to be use light layers. See, I was getting better with these ones. This is still Prismacolor. I added a flower behind the dragonfly. But yeah, just, you know, light layers. I want to say that one was for a live stream, maybe, because I only did half of it. But you can actually see too how much of an ivory paper that the old Enchanted Forest was. Oh yeah, 7 years ago. I hated them at first because I didn't know how to use them, so stuck with markers for years until this year. I finally learned, and Nola, no, I love pencils, right? Have barely been touched lately. I don't use markers as much unless they're alcohol markers or fine liners. Hi, Shira. Derwent Lightfast. Yeah, those are really soft. Those are good. Those would be a good transition pencil. Absolutely. I'm trying to see if there's any other ones in here. Oh, I did that one. That was early on. That one I was getting a little bit better at it. But anyway, yes. So if you're coming from Prismacolors to a harder leaded pencil, definitely take your time. Absolutely. Hang on, I smeared a little bit of pencil there. And it's gone. All right. In fact, I was pulling out one of the other ones because I was looking through all of my Hanna Karlzons, trying to find what I wanted to do. So Daydreams and Summer Nights were my two earliest ones. Sorry, I know we're getting sidetracked here, but if you've been around for a while, yeah, Light Faster, amazing. If you've been around a while, you guys know how much I love my tangents. So, because I was looking at faces to do, so Daydreams I think was my first one. So this one, I was actually really proud of this one. I never finished the second half because let's be honest, after I was done with this half, I didn't really want to do it anymore. The gold ink, I need to get some more of this, but Winsor & Newton gold ink, it's so shiny and it like almost sits on top of the paper. Let's get that in focus. There we go. But I love this one. The idea was I wanted to color her like a cat, which I think that one worked out. But this one was Prismacolors too. You have Copic, still love-hate relationship with water-based markers. Yeah, I struggle with water-based markers. Oh, nice, Alicia. This one was funny. I actually had a lot of people, I think I posted this on my YouTube maybe, but I've seen a lot of these ones with the bird, with the trail. I don't even know why I did that, but people liked it and I was like, all right, cool. This one was a recent one. So, I mean, huge difference in my blending on this one. I think I did this one like 3-4 months ago or so. I really like how that one turned out. Let's see, were there any else in this one? So that was Daydreams. And that one I think was one of my first, or Summer Nights. Was it first or second? I can't remember. But little squirrel that I started, never finished. Yeah, I thought I had another face one in here, but maybe, there it is. This was another one. Blending was still Skin. Skin was a big, I struggled with this skin, and this is a really early on skin. I like the concept of it, but again, it was Prismacolors. Oh, look, Shannon, Summer Nights. Right. I know, I flipped through this one tonight trying to decide, and I was like, oh, Shannon is, for those of you who don't know, our lovely Shannon Chopin Hayes, she just finished this entire book and she posted a flip through over on her channel. So if you want to see what this book looks like completely colored, go check out Shannon's channel because it's super awesome. All right, back. We're back now. There we go. Ta-da! There she is. Our little colorful girl here. All right, so let's go ahead and add a bit more because my tangents could last forever. So let's start with and I know we have the rest of this bow here, but I'm just kind of working on this because I want to be able to get to everything. There we go, exclamation point Lurky. Thank you for that, Tanya. All right, so Deep Magenta is what we're going to start with over here. But yeah, so definitely don't give up if you don't like it straight away. It could just be the way that you're used to coloring doesn't work for the different feel of the pencil. So I say light layers and slowly build it up. I cannot recommend it more. I will say I do feel like I use a different technique with the Prismacolors even still. Coloring my pretty books and really I just need to get over it and color. Absolutely, enjoy your books. Enjoy them. Definitely. And if you're really, really that nervous, you could always make a copy of a page and color that first and kind of, work out any kinks. I did that with when I first got Serene. That one's like one of the books that I have that I just absolutely treasure, and like that gets all of the nice pencils and everything in it. And I definitely printed out a safety page of that beforehand. Oh, you're fine, Kenny. You're good. Kiddos come first, absolutely. Second profile is my latest version. And she could cut. It takes practice. That is all. And I will say that my coloring, I was definitely more happy with it once, I don't know why my hand is like this right now. I just realized, like, where am I trying to keep the book from going somewhere? I know I'm holding down the page, but my goodness. I feel like my coloring definitely improved once I started getting involved with the other coloring groups, because I was able to like bounce my eye. Me shy? What? Hi, Katrina. Right? Her book is amazing. Yeah, just give yourself time. You know, look on Instagram, get inspiration. There's all the different kinds. I feel like being able to share what I was doing with the community was just a wonderful experience, and I loved it. That is true. We love our Shannon here. Sounds good, Sarah. Awesome, awesome. All right, we're gonna move that bluish green because I did not use that on the skirt and I don't want to accidentally get it mixed up. So now we're gonna do our medium green. We're gonna need to pick a green. I don't want to use the medium green as the base green for this leaf, but we will be kind of blended into the skirt. And in fact, we're gonna zoom in a little bit more since we are not working on her upper half. That way you guys can get a good vision of what we got going on here. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and do medium green. There we go. We're gonna slightly blend those two in together. It's okay if there's a little bit of a harsh line because there is a crease in her skirt. So that's gonna be not quite as soft as a blend, but that's because they are overlapping. And of course, two pieces of material laying on top of one another, especially if they're different, are not going to have a perfect blend. Now I'm gonna ignore these circles for now because finishing touches will probably be like Posca pen on top of that. Right? Exactly, exactly. I completely agree, Ev, absolutely. When Sammy was streaming, like I remember she was coloring like animal fur. I forget what it was. I think she was coloring a cat that day, and I was just so inspired by what she did. Like I after the stream, I like came over and was like, all right, I think I can try and do fur. Fur is something I'm not entirely confident in. So if I'm feeling inspired to try fur because of someone, you know they did a good job. She recently would you still consider it recently? Anyway, she had a baby, but she has her channel still with her past live streams. So if you haven't checked out Color and Chat with Sammy, you absolutely should. She is so talented and we all miss her, and we will be super, super excited when she comes back. But family comes first, and that cute little baby deserves every little bit of her attention. Absolutely. Sounds good, Bonnie. Thank you so much for stopping by. Get some rest. Have a good weekend. We'll chat with you again soon. Okay, medium green is what we're still using here. All right, let's go ahead and bring in our medium violet red. I feel like I have a command for Sammy. I would assume it'd be like exclamation point Sammy, but I don't remember. Either way, she's on my recommended channels page on my website. So if you ever are needing to find new streamers or find out who else is in the community here, I have a recommendations page on my website which lists everybody and their channels. Right? She's so good. We gotta get our Sammy fix. Hi, Shelly. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna bring in a little bit of that medium violet red, not medium red violet, medium violet red here. We want to make sure we leave room for the other colors. Okay, now let's go ahead and grab our light emerald green. Sip of water here. Perfect. Thank you, Angela. Yes, Belinda, absolutely, Belinda, definitely. Exclamation point Belinda, I think, for hers. We need to do another challenge video at some point. I also want to do one with Shell too. Ugh, so many things I want to do and there's not enough time. I should message her and see if she wants to set up a time for that. Okay, so we're still using the light emerald green. I just feel like there's just not enough hours in the day. I don't know, maybe that's just me. There's just not enough time to do everything. All right, let's use a little bit of that pale blue. Ant butt, I love it. Hi, Anissa, how are you? All right, pale blue. Let me get some of that blue in here. And lay over that pink just a little bit. There we go. All right, let's get a little bit of our lightest pink color. Oh, thank you, Shelly. right? She absolutely is. Heather Violet. Heather Violet is a nice light pink. As soon as we're done with this little section of skirt, we are going to figure out how we're going to work in this leaf here. So now let's do pale blue. There we go. Pale blue here. Okay, and then let's get our deep magenta again. I want to go just a little bit darker here because I want to make sure I get as many layers that I want as possible in before we use our blender. And we're not going to use the blender until we get our leaf color in either. So now let's go ahead. Shira. Oh no, Deborah. Let's see, medium green. Yeah, that's where you. Yes, absolutely, Tanya. And Tanya is usually on right before me. Tanya, you're kind of on like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday usually, also, right? Because I used to be Monday, but Tanya still is. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I think for Tanya. Okay, there we go. All right. Let's see. Let's use a little bit of our blue. Pale blue here. And there we go. All right, now like I said, before we use our blender, let's go ahead and choose our leaf color. So let's I want to do a slightly different color leaf so it stands out. So let's do forest green, which is number 11. Forest green, okay. And then we're going to get, I don't want to do quite a yellowish green. Let's do forest green and let's do spring green. Forest green and spring green. Spring green is number 159. Give me a second. There it is. Oh, no, wait, that's light jade green. No, 159. Hang on, I'm confused. Spring green is number 56. 56. There we go. There we go. Yeah, there we go, Tanya. I try to do commands for everyone. I have such a hard time remembering. I'm always like, I'm gonna forget someone. All right, so let's go ahead and use forest green now. I want to give that a quick sharpen. It's got a flat side and I want a nice sharp point. We're definitely gonna move on to her hair after this so we can get that taken care of. So now we're gonna do forest green and we'll probably include some burgundy or a red or a pink for a contrasting color on this leaf. So we're going to go a little bit heavier at the end and then lighter as we go out so that we can add that spring green with a nice blend. So now, oh, Brian. Oh, awesome, Melanie. Right? Absolutely, Ev. Okay, spring green here. Okay, there we go. And I'm gonna bring this out and then let's go ahead and grab the light emerald green and we're gonna blend that to this leaf. Okay, so light emerald green, just like so. There we go. Let's grab our medium red. Yeah, the Kalours. Thank you. She's such a good mod. Oh, you, Kenny. Thank you. All right, medium violet red. There we go. Just a little bit. We're going to get a bit more of that medium violet red in here as well as we're using it. And then let's go ahead and grab some of that deep magenta. Thanks, Brian. Yeah, I'm having fun doing the color mixing on here. All right, let's go ahead and use a little bit of that deep violet on the leaf. There we go, just a little bit. I'm not pressing too hard. I want it to still look mainly green, but not super awkward. So in fact, we're gonna take a little bit of this spring green and I'm gonna bring, look at that weird little snap on there. That's weird. Okay, I'm gonna bring a little bit of the spring green into the skirt. Over kind of where the blue was at. And I'm gonna do the same thing over here. Now, you know we've used the blender already, so I'm not gonna press super hard, but I think that the leaves will be less awkward if we bring in some of the spring green. And that's where I'm at, where I say, you know, feel free to kind of change things as you go along to find out what works best for what you wanna do. Okay, so let's go ahead and, ooh, right? I'm always craving sugar, Brian. I swear, I know I'm addicted. I can't help it. Thanks, Melanie. Sometimes doing something like this is a great way to just practice your exclamation point words, to practice your blends so that you can kind of get the colors that you want. All right, so we're going to, I don't want to go too close to the end because I want to make sure that we can layer over the top, but we are going to go over the leaves. You can see I pressed pretty hard on this, but let's get that all sweepy swept away. That's the idea of the skirt all the way down. Now let's see, is that kind of dark? Let's see if we can lighten that a little bit. There we go. So she's gonna have that kind of blend all the way throughout her skirt, plus we'll do something with the ribbon. But what I wanna make sure that we have time for, because we only have about 30 minutes left, is her hair. Her hair is actually gonna be kind of different. It's not gonna be purple, it's not gonna be pink or green. It's going to be a blue. So we wanna use some of the blues we've used already. So we have the dark Prussian blue, we'll incorporate that. And then we're gonna use the pale blue, but we need kind of like a mid color. So our Prussian blue is, dark Prussian blue is here. With our pale blue, it's a cooler blue. So let's bring in, I'm thinking sky blue. Let's do sky blue, which is number 20. Number 20, and we're going to be using a Posca pen. So if you're following along, grab your Posca pen as well, a small white one, because we're going to be doing some white outlines on her hair. I want it to look a little bit ethereal. So most of you know, if you've been here before, I have a little bit of a tremor and I need to be able to keep my hands comfortable. So I'll be turning my book. You don't necessarily need to. It's just what works well for my hands. So we're going to go ahead and give this a quick sharpen. And there we go. I've always said that kind of as a fact because, like, you know, position your hands, which I think can be right, but I'm realizing more that that was more of a me thing that I did to compensate for my hands. So it may not be the same for you, but for me, I feel much more comfortable using my pencils if I can position my wrist in a comfortable way. Okay, so I am going to kind of do little flicks, but it's going to be darker at either end, the beginning and the end, and then that's where we're going to add our middle blues. So we're using the dark Prussian blue here, okay, at the tops and the bottoms, and then we'll bring in our other blues. Now we may use a deep magenta as well for some of the more shadowy areas, but we're just using that for our contrast. You could use black if you wanted to, but being that this is an incredibly colorful page, I will probably want to use color for it. Now, this is a pretty long strand of hair, and I want to make sure that we get something, you know, kind of flowy highlights so it's not all completely cookie cutter. So where we have this overlapping piece of hair, I'm going to add actually a little bit of the dark Prussian blue here. Not a ton, but that's going to give the hair a little bit more depth. So we're going to do a little bit there and there. Let's see, let's do this one. This one's nice and long, so we're just going to do little flicks here. Okay, and this one goes all the way down here. So we're gonna do our beginning and our end first. Are we still in frame? Nope, we're not. I'm gonna zoom out just a little bit so you guys can see. There we go. All right. Oh, I'm glad. All right, so we're gonna do the dark Prussian blue here. Okay, so let's do another part of dark Prussian blue right about here. You can always go darker later, so feel free to use a little bit of a light hand. It's easier to add on than it is to take away. So we're gonna go a little bit darker there. Bring this up like so. All right, let's set this aside. Let's move on to our other colors here. So now we're gonna go ahead and do sky blue because our pale blue is our lightest color. So we're just gonna do our little flicks here. A little bit of a richer blue going on here for sure. And where the black lines are for the hair is where we're going to add the white hair. So she's definitely got a bit of a little ethereal thing going on, or alien. I don't know. She's got purple swirly skin. So, you know, this is how butterfly girls on Planet Emily looks. You know, on yours, they could be orange and yellow with a bright green dress. Anything you want. Okay. There we go. So we're gonna bring that down just a little bit, still doing like little flicks. Okay, we're gonna do this one here. keeping in mind how long your strand is, and you want to try to leave kind of equal room for all 3 of your colors. But having 3 colors helps bridge the gap between the blending so that you're not going from super dark color to super light color. Yeah, beautiful alien. Exactly, exactly. I am down with that. There is no hard and fast rule for the colors that you need to choose for your page. You can literally, like, we could do a purple squirrel for all we wanted. In fact, I should go in and redo that squirrel in here and make it purple. Or what was that? Was that in Summer Nights? I can't remember. I think that was Summer Nights. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead. Thanks, Katrina. I'm gonna use a sip of water here. And I think it'll all kind of come together when we use the Posca pen. So now we're gonna do pale blue. Okay. No, I'm not necessarily doing flicks here because it's light enough you wouldn't really see the flicks so much, but we're using it to kind of blend the other 2 colors, kind of bridge that gap and kind of bring them all together. So now we're going to do that. And this one here. Now, if you feel like there's too much of a color drop off where it's just too dark next to too light, feel free to add more on top and add a few more flicks, kind of bring those colors together. So what we can do now is we're going to take the dark Prussian blue and areas, I don't know if you guys can see it. In fact, I'm going to lift my book a little bit so you can see it. Excuse the hands. Okay, a little dark. Hang on. Whole steel book. Okay. Do you guys see? Actually, this is a good example for it. Let's see. I need Steve in here to like hold this straight for you guys. Okay, do you see this little white part next to the line? And like right here, there it is. The little white part right there. When I'm slowing down, and I tend to miss those a lot when I'm streaming, but when I'm slowing down, I do my best to fill those lines. Aw, thanks, Nick. All right, so dark Prussian blue. A lot of times I don't put the colors in the description below because I choose them as I go. So I call them out when we stream. And to be perfectly honest, with the 2 kids and everything, usually after I'm done streaming, like I just straight up forget. So yeah, generally I try to list all the colors that I'm using before we dive into it. And I think it's worked for a while. All right, so now, thanks, Kathleen. Is that in focus? Did I get that back in focus? And let's brighten that just a little bit. There we go. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and use sky blue again. There we go. Just a little bit, and we're just evening this out so it's not just separate sections of like, oh, this is the dark color, this is the light color. Let them bleed into one another, and that's gonna help you continue your blend. There we go. Turn my books as well since breaking my wrist. I don't get the shakes, but totally understand. Yeah, I never really thought too much about it, but I went to go see a neurologist and he did confirm that it is a positional essential tremor. So basically it's the shakes and I can't do anything about it, but it gets worse based on how I'm holding my hands. Also, if I'm doing something that's strenuous, that works out my muscles more, I find that I'm considerably shakier afterwards for that too. So that's super fun. Okay, we're gonna use our blender now. But yeah, it is what it is, you know, it's life. But Steve understands, like he understands my limits about when I'm frustrated because I can't hold still to do something, or if it's something that I just really, you know, I want to be able to do and I want to do it for myself and not to prove anything, I guess, but, you know, so much so I don't want the shakiness to beat me, I suppose. So he can tell when I'm getting frustrated, you know, with something and he'll offer. But like, we got a new doorbell and I was installing that and it was really just something that I wanted to do. But because I was straining my arms by, you know, screwing the holes into the wall or whatever, it made me more shaky. I was like trying to put the screw in, but you know, he waited until I asked for help. Like he didn't just like go in and like, oh, let me take over and do this for you, because he knows that, you know, those things are important to me to still be able to, you know, do the things I want to do. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the Posca. Now I'm not putting it everywhere because I don't wanna put Posca where I'm still gonna put pencil, but the idea is we are going to outline these black lines. I'm gonna move to the side here so you can see. And we're gonna zoom in. Now I am just using the, I guess that's as close as we can get. I am using the Posca marker. You can use whatever paint marker you have. You could use a gel pen. You could use a brush and white paint. But my Poscas have been working good for me lately, so. All right. And then we're gonna go ahead and do this side here because on both sides of this line I have finished pencil. There we go. See, it's more comfy, that's all. All right. But I do appreciate him in that sense. He knows me and he knows how to read me. Like, I had a day where I was trying to fill my water and I had tried multiple times and I was getting more and more frustrated. Every time I tried to put that stinking cap on, he's like, would you like some help? And I'm like, yes. But I think it's because he can tell, like, if I'm not getting frustrated, then, you know, he just lets me work through it. If I'm at the point where it's just like, then he's like, okay, well, let's see if we can help you here. And I'm like, okay. There we go. Okay, so that's the idea, is that her hair is gonna be white outlined all the way through. Thank you, Celine. I feel you. I taught myself left-hand coloring. I don't think I could do that. It is because you're awesome, Steve. But that also comes with knowing each other for, gosh, how long have we been together? Long time. Long time. Let's see. Swing my page around like a mayor. I know I need like a lazy Susan for my page. That's all. Okay, so now let's keep going with the hair a little bit. I want to see if we can get some more in before the night ends. So we're going to do the dark Prussian blue. Here we go. Areas where it's significantly overlapped, that's where it's going to be dark, so I don't mind adding extra dark Prussian blue there. Like, this hair is very overlapped here, so we're going to add that there. Okay. There we go. And then we're going to add this one here. Now, if you are choosing to add glow around your stars, I don't think I'm going to do that with mine. But if you are, then that's something to keep in mind about where your light points are going to be. So we're going to go ahead and use our dark Prussian blue since I'm not doing that. I'm probably going to do something like pink stars. Something to tie in with the dress. Like I said, I love color. So more color, the better. Oh, nice, Ev. Coloring hair sometimes can just be so relaxing. Okay, let's see. Let's also do this one. And I feel like that blue is just gonna pop that much more once you get the white on it. There we go. Let's see, this one follows this one here. There we go. This one is all on its lonesome. We're gonna do that. Let's see, this one is here. So this one's gonna get the dark Prussian blue. There we go. What else is everybody working on? Do we have any plans this weekend? Honestly, probably gonna do a little bit of yard work and you know, hang out with the fam and you know, maybe do a little bit of work, but not a ton. Okay, let's see. Let's do a little bit of the dark Prussian blue here. There we go. And let's do this one here, and then we'll do this long one, and then we'll add the other colors. Okay, gonna move around here. I have 5 colors going. I'm having fun. That's what's coloring all about. Exactly, fun. I'm having such a relaxing night this week. It's been busy. By the way, my cancer checkup showed I'm still clear. Deborah, that's amazing. Congratulations. Oh, that's so good to hear. Aw, thanks, Sarah. Seriously, don't you just love that news? And it just gives you peace of mind and you know everything's a-okay. And it's just, that's awesome, Deborah. I'm so glad. Congratulations. Let's see, I'm gonna do this one, which is part of this here. And then we'll add in some more of that white. I am so happy for you, Deborah. That's awesome. Let's see. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I definitely feel that. It's like all the things that we want to do so badly, but at some point we have to take a break from doing them. I was definitely feeling it this morning, just after coloring and drawing for so long yesterday. I was just like, oh boy, it's been a long time since I started and finished a page that size in like 2 days. I was just like, okay then. And maybe might not have been so bad if I hadn't done the drawing along with it, but yeah, I was just like, whew, that's a hand workout. Aw, fun, Shira, I'm so glad. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's got to be a long process, but that'll feel so good when it's all done. All right, so now we're going to use sky blue. There we go. And I guess I didn't end up using any of that magenta. We might still use that. Let's get this other blue in and then we'll see where it works. Yeah, like a wrist support guard. You know, I almost wonder if something like a wrist guard, I wonder if that would help with the tremors. I'll have to research that. Not something that first came to mind, and you know, the neurologist didn't suggest it or anything. But that's an idea. If it's something that's positional, maybe extra support would be good. Like I said, I notice it mostly like when I've strained my arm or like I've had caffeine for whatever reason or whatever else. You know, sometimes we get in tune and we figure out what's what and what works and what doesn't. Hi, Christina. How are you? How is Yuna? We're just using... Oh! Okay, hang on. Amber alerts. Oh, it's not letting me swipe it away. There we go. Sorry, everyone. Me a heart attack. Oh, it didn't work? Okay, okay. Weighted gloves? Oh, I don't know. I don't know, because it's not like Parkinson. I can't talk. It's not like Parkinson's where like everything shakes. It's literally, sometimes there are some days where if I've done something like if I've like worked out or something, like I can feel the shakes in my arms and my legs. But most of the time, like right now, if we zoom out, I've been coloring, so it'll be a little bit. My right is definitely worse than my left because I've been using, but this really isn't too bad. It was interesting when he did the test, he had me hold my arms out and then he had me like slowly turn them, which is what he said is causing the positional tremor. But I mean, it's an essential tremor. There's just nothing that can be done about it. There's no real reason for it. It's just my arm's stupid. Yes, exactly. Yeah, if I color in light layers, it's a lot easier. But yeah, it's like muscle strain triggers it the most. Like when we had the friends over and I held the baby for a while. I held him like on my left side for probably about 10 minutes or so, and then I gave him back to mom, and I could just like feel it, and I was like, holy heck. No worries, Christina. I shake just like that. Really? Okay. Yeah, it's not fun. There are some days where I just get beyond frustrated with myself. You know, I'm using pale blue, but you know, some days you just want your body to work the way that you think it should. And like, it's just, I don't know. Part of it is too, is, you know, I'm only 36. And when you start researching things about essential tremors, they talk about how it's more prevalent in people that are 65 and up. And I'm just like, well, I mean, I know, you know, things can affect everybody at all ages, but it's just so frustrating because I'm just like, why is it everything I'm reading about things that are wrong with me are not for people my age? This isn't fair. And then, you know, I stamp my foot and then get over it. Because as much as I whine and complain and bicker and gripe about it to myself, that's not going to make it any better. So I just deal, and I know what makes it worse versus not. So I can just, you know, pout other times. Right, exactly. Yeah, go to town. Yep, just hold it light and go to town. Exactly. All right, let's use a little bit of this deep magenta. And I want to use it just a little bit where some of the hair is kind of overlapping. So some of the darker areas, I'm going to put a little bit of that. And actually, I'm going to add a little bit to the areas that we already blended to. Oh, I left this part out. Hang on. Hang on. There we go. Here we go. All right, let's see. Oh, I am slightly out of frame. I apologize. Not too much magenta, just a little bit. Here we go. Yeah, just a tiny bit. All right, let's go ahead and use our blender now. Shh. I hear you on that one, Shira. Yeah, that's the same for me, Deborah. That's because I've had it for as long as I can remember. People would be like, "Oh, did you know you're shaking?" It's like, "Oh, what? I had no idea. Thank you for this brand new information." It's like that scene from Friends, and where Phoebe's like, "This is brand new information." I mean, I know they mean well, but it's just like, it's my body, guys. I'm aware of what it's doing. But anyway, people have, said stuff about it for years and years and years, and I just never thought about it. I always just assumed like I was hypoglycemic or something, and I'll feel better if I just eat some cheese. Well, no amount of cheese in the world is gonna fix it at this point. But yeah, I have noticed it more in recent years. Cheese will fix everything, right? Isn't that the prescription for all life's problems? Just eat a little cheese and you're good to go. Yeah. Exactly. I wake up sometimes and feel right. Yep, I hear you on that one. All right, so we're just gonna blend in these a little bit more. Okay, there we go. All right, so that is like the whole bottom part of her hair being blue. So now let's go ahead and add our chocolate fixes everything. Celine, I like it. I like it. I am down with that. I'm gonna get a t-shirt that says that. Chocolate fixes everything. Speaking of which, I'm gonna get myself a treat after this. All right, so we're gonna use this. That's honestly one of the reasons why I don't draw with pencil and pen as often, and I tend to default to the iPad, because when I'm drawing straight lines, I can't keep them straight. I get lots of squigglies. Like I can't help it. Anytime I've ever done like a drawing tutorial live, like it's definitely shaky lines and I have to try so hard to keep them straight. But with Procreate, it's got a streamline ability that compensates for it. So I can draw much straighter lines doing digital, and I find I'm much happier with the results. And that's why I was afraid. I'm not telling, it's just natural tremor. I know, right? They're like, "Are you okay?" It's like, I'm fine. It was always super fun when I was pregnant and people would see me shake and they're like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And I'm like, "I'm fine. But I won't be if you keep yelling at me if I'm okay." Blend that. Sorry, I forgot there was a little bit of hair there. All right, so we're going to continue this white. Cross the lines. I can't really see right now, but I gotta hold it that way. There we go. All right, so that's coming along. I like how that looks. Sometimes you just gotta laugh about it all. It's all good. There we go. Turn a little bit. Thank you, Ronnie. Sorry, if you guys could see my face, like I have like the concentrate like tongue sticking out of my mouth face right now. That's another good reason why I don't have a face cam, because I would make the funniest faces. Like you guys could do screenshots of all the faces that I make when I'm concentrating. That, and I don't have to wear makeup when I do streams. I feel like if I did a face cam like always, I'd be too concerned about like my hair and makeup and stuff. Like I can't help it. You put yourself on the internet, like maybe I'd get brave enough at one point to do au natural, I suppose. Well, not, for makeup and hair, not au natural in a only crayons page. Thanks, Christina. But I feel like I'm much more relaxed doing non-face cam. It's just easier, honestly. When do you think to use white as an outline on a page? Depends on the color palette I'm going with. If I see glass on a page, I will almost always use white on it because I want to emphasize the opaqueness, or the see-throughness of some glass. For today, I decided to use white because I kind of wanted the sort of ethereal feel to it. And I think sometimes, like, when I use white, I have like Daenerys Stormborn kind of in my head. Right? Yeah, I think it's universal. And so, I think that like white would work perfect with it. So for her hair, I knew I kind of wanted it to have that kind of light and flowy feel. And because Hanna Karlzon's hair has such dark black lines and it's kind of blocky almost, I feel like it's the perfect candidate for using white on the hair. There we go. Plus, the nice thing about Posca, or really, it's kind of the same way with a lot of paint pens. If you add the white and you realize like, oh, I'm just not liking how this is looking, most of the times, once it's dry, you can just kind of scratch it off and then it's like no harm done. I'm like, well, that didn't work, but okay, guess we'll just get rid of it. Like what I might do for the stars, depending on what color pinks I decide to use, I might use like super glitter gel pen, not anything super dark, or maybe even the sleechy metallic gel pen on the outside. And that also kind of eliminates the black lines and adds to kind of the ethereal look to it. So if I want like a lighter feel to the page. Oh, absolutely. It's so fun. Saw someone said by the time you are in your 70s, it will take up to 20 tablets a day. I was like, I take that nearly now and I'm 53. Right, Celine? I hear you on that one. It was kind of funny. One of the things I treated myself to on Prime Day was this little Vera Bradley case where it has the different days. It was just so cute. I was just like, all right, I can get on board with getting this if it's, all super cute and in its own little case. Yeah, an ethereal look, exactly. Something just kind of light. I associate white with just kind of a light feel in general. So like I'll use it on glass, I'll use it on lights, I'll use it when I, especially if I need like a white highlight. But if I'm trying to get like a lighter look to something, it kind of works out. That's something that kind of works. So as soon as I'm done here, we'll zoom out and you can kind of see what it looks like as a whole. Okay, I'm not going to do the white on this side because we still have pencil to add next to it. Okay. All right, there we go. Because I still need to do her eyebrows and her collar, and of course there's loads left to do. But you get the idea. There we go. There she is. So when I'm done, what I might end up doing, because her hair will be blue, is I may end up adding more blue to her skin as well. And then like I'd probably tie in with the blue on the butterflies. And for the ribbon on the bottom of her skirt, I'll probably do the same color ribbon that we did on her sash and kind of just take it off from there. So I don't know if we'll keep doing this page on Monday. I'm going to think about it over the weekend. If not, thank you, Giovanni. If not, we'll do, so Magenta Rios is next from Flowerscape. So I don't know that we'll continue this one on Monday because I feel like we touched on a majority of the items. We did the skin, we did the dress, we did the leaves. The only things we didn't really touch on, oh, not Monday. Dang it. Thank you, Shannon. Okay, I'm gonna clarify this. Despite the fact that I may seem incredibly confused, I don't stream on Mondays, so please completely ignore anything I say and pay attention to Shannon, who likes to keep me in check, because clearly I have issues. So, as long as everybody catches up with this, Wednesday is when I stream. I'm so sorry. For those of you who don't know, I did Monday nights for like ages. And I'm still having it. Yeah, clearly. I am clearly beyond confused. So, I've done this before. And I'm gonna do it again. I stream. I'm gonna put this on my forehead. Wednesdays and Fridays. All right, this one's 10 a.m. CST. This one's 8:30 CST. So there's no confusion. Ladies and gentlemen, I stream on Wednesday morning and Friday evening. Please pay no attention to the woman behind the screen because she's clearly very confused. Anyway, Wednesday. Okay, would you guys like me to keep working on this on Wednesday? I will. I mean, there's still loads to do. We can do some more of the dress, definitely fit in the flowers and a butterfly and do some of the stars and stuff. So, yeah, Wednesday? I could do Wednesday. This is when I get to practice all my radio voices. On Wednesday, we'll continue this page with a sale on tires all week long. No, just kidding. Okay, sweet. Yeah, we'll keep working on this Wednesday. Give the morning crowd a chance to do this. You want to see the flowers? Okay, yeah, we can do it. Yeah, because I don't know what color we're going to do the flowers. All right, so we will continue this on Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. U.S. Central Time. Whatever that is for you, work it out. All right, everyone. Let's see. Ev, thank you for all those gifted memberships. You amazing lady. And Kara, thank you for your super chat. Willow Silent, thank you for subscribing. Did that like 2 hours ago. I'm so sorry I missed that. But thank you everyone for being here and hanging out with me and keeping me on track because I clearly just am confused like 99.9% of the time, but it's cool. We have a good time and we have fun. We sing, we do silliness, and I stream Wednesdays and Fridays. If I ever say Monday, someone just smack me with a fish. Ooh, that could be our next emote. It could be like a hand holding a fish, and then we can use that every time I need to just stop saying the things that I'm saying because I don't know what I'm saying. Fish smack. I'll be our next emote. All right, everyone. Keep being awesome. Keep being amazing. Keep being wonderful. Have a great weekend. And I will see you on Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. U.S. Central Time. Have a great night, everyone.